Welcome everyone to DappRadar's Off the Blockchain. Every week we talk about Web3 gaming, NFT trends, DeFi deals, the mayhem of the metaverse, on a podcast, and we bring it all to you, our lovely listeners. Now, with me I have Ian Kane, the one and only, and we also have the return of Robert Hogendoorn, back in situ in Turkey. Welcome back, Rob.
Thank you very much.
As always, as I say, like and subscribe if you're a regular listener. And remember, you can catch us also on Spotify. Now, today we have coming up in the show, what do we have? We'll be touching on mutant apes and weed. And Snoop Dogg's name doesn't come up in this conversation, which must be a first if those two are in the same conversation topic.
I'm sure we can blend him in somehow.
Yeah, we can blend him in. If it's Web3, he must be involved. And weed. We'll also be flowing through a discussion about certain blockchain. There's a little hint for you. Firstly, though, how is everyone? I'll come to you first, Rob, because you've been away. So how was your well-deserved time off?
Yeah, time off was great. Family time, away from the computer. Overall great. Good stuff. Came back yesterday at 2 a.m., so my eyes are still a little bit small, but it's what it is.
Good.
All fine.
Ian, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm a bit hot. The weather's taken an uptick over here where I am. It's like 30 degrees in the office today, so I'm struggling a little bit to be focused. But yeah, man, I'm good as always. Good. Positive vibes
So you got a fan on behind you there. Is it working?
It's kind of. Yeah. Just blowing the hot air into my back directly.
Yeah. All right. Before we get into any of the show today, I want to just do a little bit of housekeeping and point people in the direction of the recent stream of interviews we've been doing with people over at DappRadar. We did do loads of interviews during our Dapp Days week, which are still up on YouTube. Basically, AMAs with people who work in Web3, creators, developers, influencers, people like that. So they're really good. Go listen to those. But we also started a stream of written interviews, and I just want to give everyone show everyone the message we have from our recent interviewee, Vinci. Now, she sent us a video all the way from the digital metaverse. So if we can get that going now.
What is up, DappRadar? This is Vinci here. Welcome. And I'm so humbled and honored to be with you today, to be interviewed, to talk about the Vinci project and my plans for launching my multimedia IP in the metaverse, Web3, and beyond. We are at a very exciting time in human history, a pivotal juncture, in fact, of what I would call the new creative digital renaissance. It's an exciting time for creators, believers, dreamers, and doers as we all build together the future that we all want to live in. So I look forward to seeing you there, and this is Vinci signing off. Peace.
Now that's our message from Vinci, friend of the site, and Robin recently interviewed her, and that's up on the blog, so go and check that out. Now, I want to get into the show, and I want to ask you, Rob, and I don't mean anything rude by this, but please show us your popes.
Get your popes out for the lads.
You're being a bit naughty, Charlie.
Right, first off, what is a pope? What does it stand for?
Now, that's actually a very, 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 very good question. Hold on. Why am I frozen? A pope. So what is a pope? A pope is an abbreviation for proof of attendance protocol. See it as a badge. You went to an event, and here you got a small medal. That's what a pope is. And this medal exists on X Day or Gnosis, or whatever you want to call it. It's layer solution on Ethereum. It's kind of like an NFT. I mean, it's not really transfer it right now. It's just something that connects to your wallet, and it shows that you've been there. At DappRadar's popes, we give away popes during for some of our community calls or other special AMAs. We give away a pope, and everybody who is in attendance can claim one. But there's always a limited supply, so you need to be fast and that kind of stuff. There's a little bit of collectability to it. People tend to be kind of hyped about it. As an organization, like we've seen people, or we've seen companies use POAPs as a way for to group people. So to say, okay, these people have these POAPs, and therefore they are eligible for this. So POAPs have some value. They can't be traded yet, but it's a cool badge of honor. So, like I said, at DappRadar we do POAPs. So if you are in your wallet right now, so you go to DappRadar.com/hub/wallet, or simply click Portfolio in the top menu, you end up on something similar like this. In my case, quite a lot less money than what you see here. And here in the bottom right, you see open POAPs. Now,
can you just scroll down?
there,
Scroll up a bit. Just scroll up a bit there, Rob. So that's
yeah.
it.
There you go.
Our ugly faces are covering the POAPs. Up a bit. Up a bit.
Okay.
There we
There we
go.
go.
Yeah. So here on the bottom right of the screen, you have POAPs. Now, the POAP screen looks somewhat like this. In my case, these are POAPs in my wallet. In my case, I have 30 POAPs, including 4 from DappRadar. Those are the ones here you see on top. Community call. This is Splinterlands AMA, and the launch of the world's Dapp store. If you scroll further down, like you can see, I was at the Decentraland and Atari launch in February 2021. Scroll more, load. Art Block's first anniversary. I've visited a couple of WIP meetups, and I competed in the Metalympics. And here I joined in the Decentraland Moonshot World Cup Finals. So those are things you can,
what's the Metalympics?
You can collect.
Yeah, I want to know what that is.
The Metalympics it took place in what's called crypto voxels, and it's it's just a small, like you needed to complete a obstacle course, or you needed to find certain attributes. So let's say there was a sponsor who sponsored a certain event, and then you needed to find some items in the game world, in the virtual world from that particular partner. And it's just a fun way to create engagement, and they did scores every week over a 10-week period, and at the end, like, somebody won.
Yeah, so the cool thing about them is that you do get to have that proof of attendance, which obviously is the whole thing, proof of attendance, but it shows, if you've got one from a year ago and then a project blows up and becomes really cool and popular, it shows that you were their sort of OG member from the start, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so you might get kudos for that.
OG member, ticket really stubs, aren't they? Like ticket stubs of like,
yes,
but
like people. Yeah, people who collect, the festival bracelets. That kind of stuff. It's a bit like that. Yeah. Or like, when you were a kid, in Holland, it's very popular. Very popular. When I was young,
hundreds of years ago.
yeah. But we did like every. It's called evening walks, roughly translated. And every evening during the week, you walk a certain number of kilometers, and then at the end you get a medal. Now, something like that medal is something like this.
Yeah.
Quite interesting point though on the medals. Like digital medals can replace physical one day, perhaps as well. Like you've got a digital representation here. Physical items becoming less and less. This could be a good way to reward people.
Those Olympics, all those resources they put in creating those medals, just
those heavy medals, and you got to keep
just put them on the blockchain. It's much cheaper.
Yeah, I don't know what the winners would think of that.
No, exactly.
Start selling them and trading them, probably. Just in regards to that, I mean, a question that I'm always asked about POAPs is the future value of such things. Like up there, Rob, you've got the first one from the first ever community call we did at DappRadar, and arguably if DappRadar becomes, one of the biggest companies on earth, this could be a cool POAP. And you've got the one from the Radar token launch as well. So that's another one. I'm not saying they've got no value now, but future. Is there potential that these could be something?
No, like POAPs in itself are not really meant for trading, of course. Like maybe in the future we can trade them.
People find
like right now they're really meant as a personal collectible. But like, look at collectibles in general. Like at some point, like having that golden medal from the Olympics from a person who won it 40 years ago, suddenly has some value. Like, so I kind of foresee that popes will increase in value somehow. But it's also very possible that some popes, or maybe many of them, or all of them, will never be transferable. So that's up for debate. And I guess, like, we've been talking about what were the soulbound tokens. Like maybe some popes will be soulbound and others will be tradable. Like,
can you send those popes?
It can go different directions.
Rob, if I asked if you want to send me one of those popes, would it be possible to send it from your wallet to mine?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it has the data to transfer it, does it? There's nothing to transfer us.
I was going to say, there's no, like, what gas fees would you pay? I guess
Exactly.
if it was on Ethereum.
What is it? It's not an asset, is it? Like, it's not an NFT. It's not a 721. It's not it's not a token as such. It's
Yeah, you see, you can. This is what it looks like on the Pope website, and it's a my wallet.
You can't transfer it.
You can migrate it to mainnet, and I guess when it's on mainnet, then you can trade it.
Yeah, interesting. What about the idea of, like, for example, say you go to a gig and somebody plays, and can they deliver these popes into the wallet of all the people that attended the event? If obviously there's some connection between wallets and customers, maybe they paid
in this case, like popes, you really need to claim yourself. Like, you really need to say, you need to click a link, say, I want this pope, accept the not even pay the transaction fees, because it's on
take it,
second layer 2, but you need to be proactive for it. Like, it doesn't come to you without doing anything.
Nice. So people can show off their on DappRadar.
And actually, there's actually a very active community out there chasing popes and literally hunting for them.
Yeah, that's why I think there could be a future worth as a collector's item, in the same way that stamps are collectible. I think, say a company, say Sandbox had its first ever meeting and they gave out popes at that meeting, and then the Sandbox became like bigger than Facebook, Google, and Amazon all put together. Then to be at the first meeting where there was 50 people there, to have that pope might be a collector's item. But apart from that, they obviously have no actual utility.
Yeah. If they don't get collectability, they at least have status, right?
Yeah.
That's for sure. I mean, look at state in terms of status. This is the Guild of Guardians founder badge. I mean, it doesn't give me anything except,
makes you very cool.
Street cred.
Street cred. Yeah.
I reckon in the future you'll be able to, like, sport a metaverse bomber jacket and attach all of these popes to your bomber jacket.
Screen.
Yeah, man. So you can be like, one of those old school motorbike guys that's like, look how many countries I've been to.
All those NBA
medals of honor, basically.
I watched Up recently with my daughter, and that's the little kid with all the badges. The elderly.
That's it. The scout badges, right? Yeah. Wow, there you go.
But for some this one, like popes, that do have utility. For some, this one, Lord of Hexarchia, they given a certain Discord role in their Discord channel. And sure, it's mediocre. Like, it's not like it will give you lots of prosperity. But I mean, they have utility outside of the collectability. Like, they can, like I said, they can serve as a reason for somebody to airdrop something to you, to airdrop tokens.
Cool.
Pre-sale, close up. Yeah.
Well, if you've got any popes in your wallet, you can go and see all of them in DappRadar's portfolio tracker. Go to DappRadar.com, go to portfolio, and you'll see all of your popes, your crypto, and your NFTs all in one place, which is a really useful tool that I use basically on a daily basis to track how badly I'm doing with things. I want to move us on now to a story about mutant apes and weed. Now, this is a story about Farmhouse, a weed company, announcing a licensing partnership with Mega Robot which is a licensing company, and they'll be able to use Mutant Ape Yacht Club number 30,000 as a logo for their brand, for their weed brand. So this is basically it sort of taps. The reason this story got my attention is because it kind of taps into the idea of NFTs being completely useless. PFP pictures that, what do they do? What's the point of them? And it's taken people about a year to realize, right, there's something I can do with this. People are inventive. They found a way to monetize something, use something creatively. And prices of NFTs might be dropping across the board. People might have lost interest and faith in them. But this shows that if you've got enough creativity and ingenuity, you can do something with the NFTs that you currently hold. Now, you obviously can't do things with all of them. Mutant Apes and Bored Apes have a certain gravitas that other NFT collections don't. So you can't license every NFT collection that exists out there. But basically, because Mutant Ape holders, Bored Ape holders, loads of Yuga Lab, basically all the projects that they have under their name, if you own the NFT, you own the rights to it. So the same way in that Seth Green story, he had that, was it called Fred?
Fred,
and he made a whole TV show based around that Mutant Ape, and then Snoop Dogg and Eminem, they had a music video that featured their Bored Apes. Obviously, Seth Green got his stolen and then had to buy it back, which was quite a funny, amusing story. But basically what I'm getting to is that this looks like the start of cross-pollination of ideas, where people are finding real-world utility for Web3 products. And I think, Rob, you're able to show us.
Yeah. So
Mutant Ape in question.
Mutant Ape 30,000. So the company is called Mega Robot. If you wonder, and you see this Mutant Ape, you still wonder why. Now, the name of this NFT is Mega Robot. So, and it's a mega mutant, and it's a robot. So it all makes sense. The company name is really thought out. Like it.
But the reason that the reason it's a mega robot is because it used the M3 serum, didn't it? Which is the most expensive serum that you could turn your Bored Ape into a mutant.
Yeah,
so they're quite rare, basically, these ones.
Like a Mutant Ape, how it comes to existence is like you have a Bored Ape, you add a serum NFT to it. They come in 3 categories: M1, M2, M3. Each of them, like the higher the number, the more your Bored Ape mutates. And all the Bored Ape holders were airdropped, I think, 1 serum. I'm not even sure, but not everybody got the same serum. So there was some randomization there. And if you hold a Bored Ape and you want to have the 3 potential Mutant Apes that are possible for your Bored Ape, then you need to make sure you have those 3 types of serums. So there's some collectability there as well. And then this is one of the most let's call it an extreme mutants. And this is the Mega Robot. The funny
thing about this one, Rob, is that it doesn't really look like the sort of thing I would associate with a weed brand, only because it looks quite harsh and slightly scary.
Yeah. And I'm trying to spin this somehow. I really can't.
But apparently it's all over there.
Maybe it's one of those black vaping things, the vaping cigarette machines, and then the green is weed, and so you have. I don't know, no, but you're right. I mean, this doesn't really ooze 420 all over it. No.
Yeah, but basically what's happened is this company owns this Bored Ape, and then they can license it out. This Mutant Ape, and they can license it out to anyone they want to use on their products. And this farmhouse company, the weed company, has got it all over their paraphernalia and their products and their packaging. So it's quite a cool and interesting way of monetizing something that a year ago was just invented, and people were like, what the hell is this thing?
Yeah, so hold on. So the wallet that this Bored Ape is in is the wallet of Farmhouse or the wallet of Mega Robot?
It's in Mega Robot's wallet. So can we see what else is in Mega Robot's wallet? So this is here we're back to portfolio here. But I think the thing we were on before was our NFT Explorer, wasn't it? So that's where we found the Mutant Ape.
Yes. So the Mutant Ape. If you now click here, on this Mutant Ape, I will do it quickly. It will go back there. And of course, the moment I click, hold on, let me refresh.
No, it's
There
frozen.
it
Here we
is.
go.
There it is.
So this is the this is the DappRadar NFT Explorer, and you can see stuff like trading
No,
history.
hold on. This is a single NFT page. NFT Explorer.
Oh yeah.
Is here. So if you are in a so if you find this NFT, so we can go all the way to the beginning. That's no biggie. So you go to the NFT Explorer, you type Mutant
Pudgy
Ape
Pepe,
Get High.
someone's made.
And here, so these are all the M3 Mutant Apes. As you can see, they're very. How much are there? How many are there? 12 right now.
Very mutant-like.
Yes. And here, this is the
number
one. This is
30,000.
number 30,000.
And then you can see its trading history and things like that.
Yeah, you can see its trading history. Minted 1 year ago, 7 months ago, moved to a different wallet. That's it. And it's now in this particular wallet. And what's interesting, so these are the guys that have the business, right? So these guys, if you are a wheat business or whatever, you have a snack store or a pizzeria, whatever, and you want to have a Bored Ape as your logo, you contact these guys.
That first one is the one that they used the first time, right? Because this is not their first time doing this. That one is the first one where they used to decorate cakes and things with the BAYC, that one with the red eyes.
Yeah.
Him? Because they also, they had another attempt at this a while ago, didn't they? And they actually used BAYC for this and just used the image of the ape on as like a brand image, basically. I think it was called Urbana or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, I think the idea is that you can license all of these to use on your products. So presumably they've all got that copyright agreement where if you own it, you can do whatever you want with the image whenever you want.
So this is basically like a company that's set up to offer these. So if you're looking to license one of these for a brand, you can come here and work with these guys. Obviously,
yeah. So what have they got? They've got a Bored Ape Kennel Club. They've got a few apes. Is that a Doodles?
Yeah. What's in there? That's a good way to see what they got. No CryptoPunks, I see. Interesting.
Dead Fellas, Lazy Lions. Yeah, those are here. Those are down here.
Now, Ian, which one would you go for if you were given a choice out of all of these NFTs? What would you have your business?
I saw one on the second page of this account. Where is he? Scroll down a little bit, Rob. There he is. That guy.
Oh, which one?
Last page. Go back again. Yeah. Where is he? Bottom right. This dude. Not the. I can't see what he is. Misfit Ape Society. I like him.
Really?
This guy. Yeah, I like him. I mean,
so what type of business would you set up?
Not sure. Quick choice. Quite honestly, it's a pretty difficult question because I don't know what the business is that I'm setting up. So to attach a face to it would be quite.
I've just had a thought for my business. I'm going to go for that little mutant juice box and start up a vending machine company.
There you go.
Just selling things like that. There we go.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay, I will go for the Dead Fellas. I'm selling. I'm selling spaghetti sauce.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, that actually could work, couldn't it? That looks
dripping out of his mouth.
Exactly. So tasty, you don't even want to use fork and knife.
But yeah, this whole, as I said, the reason I got into this story is because of the idea of using NFTs that seem to have sort of no utility and then making a real world utility for them and real world use cases. And it also got me thinking about how different platforms are cross-pollinating and using each other's products that one product on one platform and another product on another platform. For instance, the Sandbox. Rob, you see what they've been doing recently about, you can use your 3D avatar from one project and you can then take it onto the Sandbox. What are they doing over there at the Sandbox?
That's super interesting because like the Sandbox has been building for a couple of years already.
Ages.
And right now, today, actually, so this is the Wednesday, 24th of August that we record this. They will launch their season 3. And this will be the first time they will allow third-party NFTs to be used as avatars in their world. And they added over a dozen of NFT collections already, ranging from Bored Apes to Clonex to World of Women, and so on. And everybody holding those NFTs, holding one of those NFTs, can select the corresponding avatar to walk around in the sandbox. And it's pretty cool. It's I have a Clonex, and I can already go to the Sandbox website, check what it looks like in the game world, etc. So,
and is it, Rob? Just a quick question: is it as easy as logging in with your MetaMask wallet or whatever, and just then your Clonex just appears there? You don't have to download 3D files or
no 3D files whatsoever. You log in, the game sees, okay, this person owns this NFT, therefore he can use this particular character. It's really cool. It's all done on the side of the Sandbox. You don't have to do anything except holding the NFT. And I think that's an important part of interoperability, right? I mean, you have a wallet. Your wallet has an address. With that particular wallet address, you can swap on Uniswap. You can log into the Sandbox, or you can swap on SushiSwap or do something on Aave. That's also interoperability using one account. But the moment that kind of stuff becomes visual, you can walk around in 3D worlds with a character that's resembles your identity.
I guess even in future, if you get an avatar that looks like you could take it across as many virtual worlds as compatible with the NFT. And I guess that's where they're looking towards, aren't they?
Exactly. I mean, if you look at what, for example, to go back to the Mutant Ape we just talked about, they could use the same Mutant Ape, create a game world in the Sandbox that connects to that cannabis brand that they're building, and again use that same Mutant Ape. And the fact that you can use the same character, even though it looks slightly different, because the Sandbox is built using voxels, and maybe when you would do something in World Wide Web, those are pixels, and in crypto voxels, everything is normal 3D. So everything looks slightly different everywhere, but it's still the same
thing.
Yeah, but you still see the same thing slightly morphed, and it's I think that's the true direction we need to go. If there's this company called Crucible, and Crucible is working on digital identities a lot, and what they're doing is they're building a standardized system that needs to be implemented into metaverse worlds. And you make an avatar using the Crucible whatever system, and that avatar gets all kinds of metadata saying, okay, this character has a big red nose, long green hair, short legs, long arms, whatever, and based on that metadata, it gets interpreted in the Sandbox, and then rendered New Ganymede, in the other deeds. What is it called? The other side, and all those different metaverse worlds gets interpreted in some way, and therefore your character gets a certain look and feel that matches that particular world, but also still looks like your identity. And I think that's the real cool thing.
Sorry? I'll tell you, then you never have to leave your computer. You can just walk around all these different virtual worlds with your green-haired, red-nosed character. Ian, have you got any NFT characters that you'd walk around in the virtual worlds with, in the metaverse?
No, I'm not big on NFTs. For me, this is more interesting from a marketing perspective. Brand affiliation is arguably one of the holy grails of branding and marketing. Specifically, you look at brands that are trying to grow their stature, they often affiliate themselves with other brands or celebrities or endorsement, right? For me, this is really interesting because it's like you're buying a brand off the shelf. That's not been something that's been actually
ready-made.
Not been possible for marketeers to go to a store as such and be like, right, that brand is already popular and it's been delivered in an NFT digital format. And I think this one, like we did, I think this fits with my brand. You're basically buying into a ready-made audience as well, which is pretty interesting. NFTs could actually be used to create brands rather than collections, as it were. Do you know what I mean? And I think for me,
Yeah.
that's most interesting. Like the idea that you could start a company and get a ready-made brand affiliation, which otherwise would be years of back and forth B2B rubbish in the old way of doing things, you know.
Now
Like
you can just plug in, basically.
yeah,
you know what I find interesting is so like right now. So we took Bored Apes as an example, right? So right now there's this guy doing the wheat shop. There's a guy having a burger store somewhere. There's a person doing a Bored Ape band, Kingship. There's probably some other things I'm forgetting. But let's say right now there's like 20 Bored Apes, 20 Bored Ape NFTs being busy building a brand or something similar. There's 20 out of 10K, 20K.
Yep.
I mean,
20K.
What are the other guys? What are the other people doing? And in the future, I would kind of hope that if you buy into such an NFT collection, that you do that with if you buy into a collection, that you do that for branding reasons, and if you develop your own avatar, then it's personal, and it can become a brand, but you have to do it almost the old way. You know, you have to build yourself.
Do it yourself. Yeah.
I've got one more question about the Sandbox, and we can move on, Rob. I just wanted to ask quickly about when you go into the world with your, say, CloneX character into the Sandbox. Can you walk around the streets, or can you go to all the different plots of land and go into them and
honestly, I haven't checked it yet, but supposedly, yeah, you can. If you own one of those NFTs that are whitelisted for this particular alpha season, you can walk around in the game world. Yeah.
So if Atari, there's the Atari world, for instance, you could go into there and enjoy whatever they've made. Is that the idea?
Yes, using your CloneX Bored Ape or
cool. Right, well, it's nice to see that the Sandbox is, after a couple of years of building, is finally
shaping up.
It's shaping out something we can all use and play with. And I think the same goes to Flow, which is the next topic I want to talk about, which was how the Flow blockchain seemed to sort of rely a bit on the NBA Top Shot thing for quite a couple of years, and yet in the last couple of weeks, Ian, you've noticed they've been sort of building up more games, more users, more things that they're delivering to the public and their community and their users. And I know you just want to talk about how they're sort of building for the future now and sort of really showing some good outcomes.
It's an interesting thing because like we know, well, some people don't know, Flow basically launched out there at the end of 2020. Is that right? Rob, help me. NBA Top Shot, beginning of 2020.
Yeah.
True, right? Sorry, I've lost track because of COVID. I keep forgetting. Yeah, so...
hold on. Late 2019, but it was alpha or like closed beta or something like that.
So so Flow arrived with a big fanfare, and NBA Top Shot was
just around the time that COVID hit.
Basically, yeah. So early 2020. So the world, NBA Top Shot arguably launched NFTs as a mainstream thing into the world. The media coverage around NBA Top Shot was massive. People became aware of this new idea of being able to collect moments or as collectibles. It was very cool. And the UX of it was very slick. In the early days, they had a few teething problems, but nothing serious. But it was a very polished product that came flying pretty much out of nowhere, captured attention, had a huge ready-made audience of NBA fans across the world, not just in the US as well. So, Flow came out swinging really, really hard, but then kind of tethered off a little bit as time went through, where NBA Top Shot lost its shine a little bit. People became a little bit... It was a lot of speculation going on there in the early days, and then what got left behind was people who actually wanted to collect NBA cards. And there's still a whole bunch of people that want to do that, but the speculation side of it fell out a little bit. So, for like a year or so, we didn't see a great deal of activity on Flow, just kind of still talking about NBA Top Shot and then future promises. But then, really, I would say in the last kind of 6 months, this year, basically, we've seen a massive sort of uplift in their ecosystem. We've seen a lot of casual games arrive. They partnered with a gaming company called Joyride, who make sort of hyper casual games. Like, you'll know them already. They're like 8-ball pool, very easy to play. Solitaire, 2-player games yeah, like the first one that popped was Solitaire Blitz, which is obviously an easy game. Well, not easy, but easy mechanic to play, and gave you the opportunity to earn from that. And a lot of people know how to play Solitaire. You know, you had the old Windows Solitaire that some of us would have played, and blah, blah, blah. Like, so to earn from doing something you already knew, it made sense. And we saw it fly up the rankings, right? Like knocked off established dApps from their top positions straight away. So they signed this partnership, and it seems that now they're kind of coming with a real gusto of new dApps. Like they just keep arriving. And we got a new one this week. I can't remember the name of it now. It's flown up the charts. It's become the second highest ranked dApp on Flow.
Not Trick Shot Blitz, is it?
Trick Shot, yeah. The Trick Shot one. So Trick Shot Blitz, which is pool. So
yeah, so basically with this Trick Shot Blitz game, it's just it's pool, but you have to do trick shots. And if you can complete the trick shot when your opponent doesn't do it, then you win the little prize pool of money, which is rally tokens. Are you back with us, Ian?
I think so. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, so I got excited and faded out. That bad internet for me. England, I've brought it with me over to my new home. But yeah, so in a nutshell, what we're seeing, I mean, in terms of data, just quickly to jump in, we've got Solitaire Blitz, almost 100,000 active wallets in the last 24 hours. So obviously people are enjoying these games, easy UX, easy onboarding. That makes a big difference. That's what we've seen over the years. That
Ian, sorry to interrupt there. Where are you finding this data?
On DappRadar, of course.
Of course. DappRadar.com, go to the rankings pages, go on the filter on the Flow blockchain, and you'll see all the different dApps they've got on there.
And
so,
then there's other things happening there too, of course, but the most popular things are these two kind of new games that have flown out. And from what you see on the website of Joyride, there's another 6 to 8 games coming. So this is going to pull up the unique active wallets number of the Flow blockchain. It's going to make it more attractive. But it's really nice to see some good quality. It's all about quality and not quantity. It looks on Flow. And obviously those games, they facilitate other things to start to flourish on the network. So if Trickshot Blitz and Solitaire Blitz are giving away tokens, people need to swap, right? So I think Rob's got some information on Blockto Swap, which is like the leading DeFi DEX on Flow, which didn't have much activity. But now it's starting because people are starting to cash in, cash out. So the whole ecosystem.
So absolutely. Like it's like Solitaire Blitz, Trickshot Blitz. They know that those push numbers. People are not making thousands and thousands of dollars playing those games. Keep that in mind. So Blockto Swap in the past 30 days has seen over $1 million in trading volume, and $1 million on a DEX is not a lot. Like by any means, like go to any random DEX on Ethereum or Polygon or BNB chain, and it will have a lot more. But the Flow blockchain is not a standard blockchain or open source blockchain. Like they just opened the smart contracts. The smart contracts for before were closed, so nobody could launch a dApp on the Flow blockchain without approval. And right now, Flow is opening up. Like so, we may soon see more trading activity, token swapping activity, as more of those games arrive and they bring tokens.
Sorry, Rob, does that mean that now basically anyone who can code can make something on Flow and there's no process?
Yes, very much.
I mean, is that a good thing? Because I think the whole thing that you said, Ian, about Flow being there's not that many games, but the things that are on there,
they controlled. They controlled it for the. They wanted to
Ethereum. They've got we track over 3,000 dApps on Ethereum on DappRadar, but I'd say 95% of them are rubbish.
Yeah, exactly. But they wanted to insulate their ecosystem to start, just like an economy would in an uprising country or a third world country would do. They wanted to keep it insulated and tight. Now it feels like they're ready to open the door and say, come on then, let's see what other people would like to do here. That feels like the situation. But you're right, you could get a whole bunch of crap because you've just allowed it. So, but we don't know the exact process. It's permissionless, but it doesn't mean that Flow can't say, hey, hold on, this is not the kind of thing we want.
But they don't have to agree with it. Then maybe they don't have to say yes to it, but they can also say no. Maybe, who knows? Anyway, Rob, do you know?
But it's what I want to also touch upon is okay. So block to swap 1 million in 30 days, which is pretty good considering Flow is not DeFi centric. It's really an NFT blockchain. NBA Top Shot, of course, has been one of the key brands on there. They have Chain Monsters and nice looking MMORPG. They have Racketbox for music NFT stuff. And after that, it's still a bit empty, to be honest. Like Flow has been building. Like they have DappRadar behind them. Like DappRadar is the company behind CryptoKitties. We still haven't seen CryptoKitties on the Flow blockchain. A promise that has been made for 2 years. Have to say, okay, what are the CryptoKitties going to do? Like,
I was going to say, okay.
Yeah, that's another question. Like, I would find super awesome if they say CryptoKitties MMO using all the CryptoKitties from the Ethereum blockchain on Flow. I say, okay, I'd be down for that. That would be fun.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, but Flow itself is still like, if you look at the amount of dApps on Flow versus BNB chain, Polygon, and Ethereum, it's nothing. It's bigger than Ronin, which only has Axie and Katana swap. But it's.
I think it points to that quality again, though, doesn't it? Like, okay, I'm looking now. We've got 25 dApps tracked on Flow on DappRadar, but then if you look at what's happening in the last 7 days, you've got two Flow dApps sitting in the top 10 across all dApps. So
yeah, they're punching.
I've always thought, well, are they, or have they just released a product that resonates with users? This whole game for me about dApps is that you've got to provide something that people actually want to use and they find an appeal with. Arguably, these easy to play games, they've done that. Whereas you've got other dApps out here that have been trying their socks off, and they're just not appealing. They're not. People don't.
That's the thing as well. Loads of people want to play these sort of things on mobile games because they're from countries that maybe can't afford a computer that can process those big complex games that take a lot of like RAM and a lot of computer energy. To be able to play 8-ball pool on your phone and maybe even pick up a little bit of money on the way, because people play these games anyway, don't they? Look, 10 years ago, people were playing mobile games, like Crazy Birds. So imagine if you had 10 years ago.
I'm still playing it, but it's true.
But imagine if you had Crazy Birds where you could win a little bit of money on the side. You'd be like, well, I can do one, I get nothing, and I can do one where I get a tiny bit of money. So I might as well earn a tiny bit of money.
No brainer, right?
I do think the birds will be angry though. It's Angry Birds, Charlie.
What did I say?
Crazy Birds.
Oh yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I thinking don't play it, do I?
Flappy Bird.
Yeah, Crazy Birds is the Web 3 version.
Awesome.
Yeah, you've got that.
When NFT?
In gaming, I think they're making a bit of a splash, right? And I think Flow is one that is quite interesting to look at overall. I think we're going to see loads more dApps arrive over the next few months, man. Like a lot of interesting things. But
I also think it's interesting they've got into Rekordbox as well, because I think that music is the next frontier for NFTs. Artists can have genuine ownership and maybe even royalties on an ongoing way. So you sell a song or you sell a beat or something, and then if people use it, then they keep getting paid for it. So that Rekordbox could blow.
Rekordbox is really cool, but one of the things I spotted by being a bit of an early adopter on there was that people went there looking to speculate, and speculation has never happened on Rekordbox, if I'm really honest. This is a facility. This is a cool place to go and get a bit of music for $1. Like, this is not a place to buy it for $1 and sell it for 20. Of course, it will happen in the future if there's some good artists and things here, but what I saw was people heading in, looking for speculation, not finding it, off they went again. And it's kind of not fell flat, that wouldn't be fair to say, but lost a bit of its shine because it's more of the financial edge is not here. It's about it's cool.
I think artists might start doing stuff like if you buy the NFT, you might get access, or you might get gig tickets, or you might get pre-sale tickets, so I think they might put those out. later on.
Yeah, they already do that, right? I mean,
yeah, they do it. Like,
yeah.
you know, Sandbox artists and things like that. They do it.
Yeah, DJ Blau and I think what are they called? Like Kingsington? I don't know. Kingsington?
Kings of Leon did an album with an NFT.
Kings of Leon, yeah.
Yeah, they did that last year. Like that's kind of cool. I think for musicians, it's more interesting again about the actual technology, right? You can't get
about connecting with an audience.
Yeah, that's one side of it, but yeah, that's one side of blockchain and music. The other side of blockchain and music is cleaning up the idea that people get paid correctly and like royalties and distribution and those things. And that hasn't even been touched, literally. It's been talked about a bit, but they're nowhere nearer to doing anything like that. So this is cool, but there's other problems to solve, you know. And yeah, I do like these.
But those are the same problems that DeFi has with the banking system.
Exactly. Monopolies, basically. Why would Spotify and other companies give up their power over their monopoly? They wouldn't. So, yeah, it's a tough journey, basically. What we'll see is meshing together rather than eradication of old systems, right? They'll just upgrade slightly. But still, though, very cool. It looks like NBA Top Shot when you go on the Record Shop website. Very slick, very nice, works very easily. Cash out, super easy. Yeah. Easy purchase, credit card stuff. It's good.
All right, everyone, go and check out your Flow blockchain games. I think we're also going to leave it there for today. We had some hopeful chat that we spoke about in a sometimes less than hopeful world at the moment with NFTs going down in price and DeFi a bit dodgy, but Flow blockchain is doing some really cool things. So we'll leave it on that a good note. Remember, you can read more about the things we discussed here by visiting the DappRadar blog and find out what's going on in the world of Web3. And remember to go and check our rankings. See who's doing well, see who's not doing so well, and use our links to go to places so you can stay secure. Always stay secure. Right. Thanks both of you for joining me today. And yeah, see you next week.
See you guys.
Cheers all.